guys. It's Bead Table Wednesday. Hello, hello. If you're here, say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys. I am Heather Powers from humblebeads.com. Hello. Hi, Wendy. Yay, the comments are working. So excited about that. So if you guys are new here, like I said, Heather Powers from humblebeads.com. I am a bead maker, author, illustrator, jewelry designer, and your all-around creative muse. It's my job every week to get those beads off of your bead table and into some jewelry. And today is our sponsored video by Jess from Jess May Lincoln, and it's the VIP subscription box. So I'm super excited to be able to open this up and create with you guys. Hi, Lisa and Julie and Susan and Gina, Anita, Candy, Sheila. Yes, I can see comments from both Facebook and yeah, YouTube. There we go. So we're in business today, you guys. Super excited about that. So today's video is sponsored by Jess May Lincoln. This is a VIP Vintage subscription box. It's a monthly curated box filled with all sorts of metal components and a curated collection of check glass and other interesting goodies. And so we're going to be able to dig into this. Every month it's a different box, and the boxes are inspired by the seasons this year, so I cannot wait to jump into this one. Hi, Robin and Pam, and hi, Jess. Welcome, welcome. Jess, feel free to share the link directly to your subscription box for those who haven't joined yet, so they can sign up for that subscription box if they're interested. Hi, Cindy and Avanda. Ooh, that's a pretty name. Welcome. Hi from Texas. Hi, Rosalinda and Nancy from Ann Arbor. You were kind of bored today, so you're glad I'm here. Well, I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's jump in to this box. And again, thanks, Jess, for sponsoring today's video. Super excited to see what you have in here. All right. Now, I have no idea what's in here, so it's a surprise to me and you. There's always an inspiration card that Jess puts in here. Oops, I have too many things there. There we go. So Jess has all these great jewelry pieces, and I really recommend studying what Jess did. She has little tips and tricks, and so definitely check this out. There's also a great coupon in here from Vintage Salvage and Etsy, which is Jess's shop. And just so you guys know, this is Jess Lincoln, not my Jess. Not Mr. Humblebeads Jess, but Jess Lincoln. Ooh, let's jump right in and see what we have here. Hi, Wendy and Nikki and M from New Zealand. Hi, Lori. So always love to get a Green Girl Studio piece in here. And here we have a really cool tree and the Tree of Knowledge. I like that. And so these pieces are by Cynthia from Green Girl Studios. So that's our first goodie. And our metal pieces here. Ooh, I like this already. We have a Dream, and this is a curved bar for bracelets. We have two pieces of raw brass filigree. Those will be fun to design with. They kind of look spider webbish, don't they? So that would be kind of nice for Halloween. Then we have this pendant that always reminds me of a door to like some elf hideaway or something. Oh, hi, Krista. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I can't wait to see what I whip up too. It's a surprise to me just as much as it is to you. Here we have some hammered brass pieces. Great texture. Oh, and then we have a whole collection of owls. Okay, so if like there's a murder of ravens or crows, I forget which one, Oh, a parliament of owls. That's what it is. So we have a whole little parliament of owls here. Okay, that's kind of fun, isn't it, you guys? I I um I like how Jess had she used them all. So she did have a whole little parliament of ravens. Oh, this is really pretty. It's in this art metal finish, the blackened metal, and a great vein texture on the leaf. I like this one a lot. Ah, you guys just said that today she sold the bracelet that she had designed with the dream piece at the store today. So she sold that bracelet today at the store. So that is we can call that a best-selling design, Jess. All right, we have a little woman on the moon. And I love these little whimsical leaves, I think they're called. We carry these in the shop, and I absolutely love them. We have two interesting metal components, and these are definitely exclusive to the box. I haven't seen these anywhere, and so those are fun. Then we have these little triangle filigrees, great frames. And some cool little door knockers. I don't know if that's what they really are, but they make awesome connectors for jewelry designs. And then we have some chain here, a little chain tassel. Fun stuff, Jess. Okay, now let me grab another little container, tray here. Let's grab a big one. Shop local, you guys. Shop small, shop local. I picked up these really cool ceramic trays. It's like a big one from one of our local gift shops. If you can shop in your downtown area or small business, give them all the support you can. We do most of our gift shopping downtown in our little small town. Okay, we have a really cool stone. Jess, what kind of stone is this? I would be interested. An unkindness of ravens and a murder of crows. There we go, Krista. And then the other one is the Parliament of Owls. Ooh, we got some big chunky pieces of crystal. Those feel really great. And then copper, purple, and orange and black for our Halloween mix. Love it, Jess. Oh, the wheels are spinning. Okay. So, what do I want to work with? What catches your guys' eye? That's what I always want to know. Okay, Sheila Sheets is envisioning a row of black owls on chain with Heather Power's Black Robin. Oh, my raven. Yes. That would be pretty. Okay, so what's catching your eye first, you guys? What would you pick? I am going to settle in for a second and decide. Oh, I should probably grab a few humble beads that would go with this. That would be nice. Let's see. Well, I like this copper one. My maple leaf. And we got the cream colored. Oh yeah, I have some orchid disc beads and some orchid ooh, that's pretty. Orchid wobbles. Any of those would work. Ooh, and I have some monarch leaf. Monarch wing. Guys, that would match all this pumpkin-y color. Okay, so let's see what you guys like. All right, the hammered brass piece with the owl earrings. That would be cool. The pyramid shapes in the dream bar. Oh, that would be a really fun bracelet, wouldn't it, Anita? I like that. So Anita's thinking something like that. That's a great design idea. I like that. The black leaf, yes, Mitzi, I'm really drawn to that black leaf too. The door knockers. I mean, you can't go wrong. We have the hammered brass leaf with the owl charms, the huge, yeah, I'm kind of drawn to that too. Too many choices. All right, now I gotta start thinking. So we're gonna do the process of elimination. I'm not going to use the little owl, moon lady, because that's just not where my head's at the moment. Let's see. Everything else is up for grabs. No. Let's see. Would I like to do something crazy with the tree and a parliament of owls? It's kind of an interesting idea right there. Do something with the door knockers. Yes. Hi, Trish from Rustic River Finds. Always glad to have you here. Yeah, the door knockers would be kind of fun, wouldn't they? Maybe with the brass pieces. Okay. Trying to think what I want to do here. That's the hard part. Maybe I'll use all the pieces in one pair of earrings. That works, right? Yeah, okay. So I think I'm going to do an earring and necklace combination here. So I'm going to kind of push those ones out of the way. Have to figure out what humble beads I want to use. And I'm going to punch some holes into this pewter piece. And the pewter pieces are nice because they're soft, so they're easy to punch through. The gold starry cobwebs are cool too. This box is just full of possibilities, which is what I love about Jess's stuff. Always some ideas that you can grab onto. Let's see. How long do I want these to be? That's the question. Alright, just playing with some beads here, guys. Getting some ideas down. Seeing what's in here is always fun. Thinking of doing 3 little dangles underneath here. Kind of like Jess's earrings, so that have the little dangles with all the beads on it. I like that. It's calling my name. So let's see, maybe I'll do little drops on the end of each one. Alright, shaping up here, you guys. Pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I might even go with all the same beads underneath. Just let that have a little bit of impact instead of breaking it up visually underneath there. Then I'll use those on top with the monarch beads. And now let's think about this guy. Kind of wonder if I could do it with this big, huge purple piece. All right. Deciding. Maybe I'll save that. Definitely need to add some humble beads on this side though. And I'm thinking I have one of these guys, so I think I'm going to use just one of the orchid branch beads, and then I'm going to use two of the purpley ones on the top. And to tie these in together for no real reason at all, I'm going to add purple on that side too. Okay. Which means I'm going to add a little copper over there. So kind of playing back and forth between the two pairs and what I want to do. Just fiddling around with things here. All right, I like that. And I think I might use a little tiny bead in between each owl. Let's see, what are my choices here? Jess, I like all the little hidden treasures you have in this one. Oh, here we go. We got some little rondelles of glass rondelles. I'm going to grab those. And Jess, do you have the owls, the door knockers, and this piece? Are those all at the Vintage salvage shop that you run? All of the dark art metal pieces, are those all available? And share your link too. All right, now let me pull out my findings. And I'm going to whip these earrings together first because they won't take long. Oh, wait, you know what? I want eye pins. I don't know why I don't put my stuff back. This is always my problem. I just get creating and things go flying. All right, looking for my eye pins, you guys. Excuse me while I dig around for a second. Really, I had like a whole bag of them. And now I'm not sure where they are. Anyone else relate? Oh. Sometimes I'm really good and put everything away after I have one of these little creative sessions. And then other times, it's just a free for all. All right, Susan, you just stocked up on some owls from Vintage Salvage. And guys, they're all available over at Jess's shop, and she put the link in the comments for us. Thanks, Jess. Okay, I'm gonna do this assembly line fashion really quickly here. Of course, as soon as you say something really quickly, it takes longer. Yep, you know what happens. Okay, guys. Have you gotten your box today? If you haven't gotten your box yet, you will get it in the next few days. But let me know, is your box in your hot little hands already, or are you waiting for it? Let's hear. And what do you think of this month's box? Do you like the slightly spooky theme? But not really. But I like that it has some little nods to Halloween. Maybe you don't celebrate Halloween, so you'll just go with the nature theme for the darker days that are here. Do you guys dress up for Halloween? I love dressing up for Halloween. I hope to have a birthday party for my sister on Halloween weekend, because her birthday is that weekend. And the question is, what will I dress up as? Yours says out for delivery, Candy. That's always an exciting message to have. Then, of course, you stock the mailbox until they deliver them. Okay, guys, if you're new and you haven't seen this little goodie before, this is the one-step looper from Vintaj. You guys can pick them up from Rustic River Finds. I'm sure they have them in stock, or vintage.com. And you just put your wire in, shut it closed, and it curves it and cuts it all in one little swoop. So I think that's probably my favorite tool in my toolbox. Okay, my second favorite tool is my hole punch here, my metal hole punch. So you know what? I'm just gonna grab a marker here and do a few little, I know, Heather, planning out something beforehand. Just want to make sure I have those evenly spaced. And you use this just like a hole punch, like a metal paper punch. I mean, a paper punch. It works like a paper punch, but on metal. That's what I'm trying to say. And you always go from the top down, because it does leave a little bit of a burr on the back, so you can sand or file that off or hammer them flat. Or if you're going to be using jump rings, you might not have to do anything. I'm just going to grab my little file. And I'm just going to give that a little. Just file that down a tiny bit, just because it was super rough and you don't want that to hit somebody's ears. Okay, doing the same thing. All right, let's see. Costumes. Oh, okay, so we do like the spooky vibe. Glad to hear that. Me too. It's not too spooky. It's like Disney spooky. All right. Okay, and again, just going to take off the sharp edges with my file. This is just a little jeweler's flat file. Nothing fancy. And if you didn't have this, you could totally pull out your little nail emery board and do the same thing with the nail emery board if you don't have the flat file. All right, now those are ready to be put together. I'm going to do these little holes, links, get those shaped a little bit better. They're a little wild. Just need to make sure they're closed all the way. All right, so, oh, let's see. We have Sheila. You have an October 31st birthday in your family. You call your daughter your little Halloween witch. Yes, born on Halloween, that would do it. Anita, I am hoping for your one-step looper to arrive quickly too, because you're going to love using it. It does take some practice though. So my suggestion is just get some cheap 20 gauge wire and practice making loops with it. Don't be precious about it at first so that you don't get frustrated, and just make a whole bunch of loops until you get the hang of it. Try different size beads because some beads are easier than others to use with it. All right, now I think I'm going to need some teeny tiny jump rings, and I'm going to grab my little jump ring stash here. These are really thin jump rings, and they work really well for adding little decorations on. All right. Oh, a pair of pliers have walked off. Dang it, I hate when they sprout legs and walk away. Oh, here they are. I hate when my eyes can't see where they go when they sprout legs and walk away. Oh, okay. Lauren, the looper that I use is the 1.5 millimeter, and that is a great question because there is a big and a small looper, you guys. So you want to make sure you're using the 1.5 one, which is the smaller sized one. Okay, so I'm going to throw these on the bottom of the jump ring. I feel like my jump ring is not closed properly. There we go. All right, now we're gonna open this up on the top and slip it through our little metal piece that we've punched the hole in. Cute. Okay, I'm going to do that 3 more times. I'm probably just going to do one earring here on the video and then get on to the necklace, because you guys don't need to see me making 2 of the same earring. All right. We watched Beetlejuice the other day. Oh, it's so fun to revisit those old shows. I like to watch Beetlejuice and Practical Magic this time of year, and Dead Poets Society, and then there's a really goofy one from the 80s called The Lady in White, and I like that one as a little bit of a disturbing subject matter, it's a ghost story. But I think it's the small town in it that gets me every time. I'm a sucker for any movie with a small town. I'll admit it. What's your favorite movies this time of year? I don't like gross movies. I'm not a slasher movie kind of person. But I do like spooky movies. Del Tiermo's The Devil's Black Backbone is about an orphanage during the Spanish War, and it's a ghost story, and that's a really good one. It's in Spanish though. But he did the Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth, not the Labyrinth. Okay, I'm loving the way those look. And now I'm going to add these on with the jump ring on the top connected to that. I'm gonna grab, let's see, like a little 6 millimeter jump ring, a thicker one. No reason for the thicker one, I just like it. When do you like The Lady in White too? I always feel kind of dorky because like the special effects are so bad in it, but I like it. I can't help it. It's on my list. I watch it every year. Oh, and I'll probably watch Hocus Pocus because even though it's totally dorky, I just find it entertaining. It's a classic, right? Okay, taking my time here. All right, awesome. I'm really, really loving these earrings, and I like the kind of bug theme with the monarch butterflies here on top. And I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. Am I gonna do it on this? Let's see. Okay, I'll have to do it backwards so that the loop that I make on the bottom, the loop that I make will be on the bottom. That's what I want to say. I'm gonna grab a little O bead. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can add this other bead without. Let's see. The design process. It's fascinating, but it's not always the speediest part of the job here. Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, I kind of watch that closer towards Christmas. I don't know why. Because it's definitely a Halloween movie. It's like one of those early November shows before it's when it's too early to watch Christmas movies, but you're you want something fun and a little bit holiday-ish. Okay, yeah, I like that. Oh, it's gonna be like that though. And let's see. I want the purple one more than I want the other one. So I'm just going to do a little O bead on the bottom here. So in case you want to see that up close, I have the purple with the leaf spacer, my monarch bead, and then the O bead on the bottom. And then I'm going to do the little wrap on the bottom. I mean the loop on the bottom manually so that I can get a nice big loop for that door knocker. Yeah. So I'm going to slip that on. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab my Vintaj buffing block. Another one of those tools you just have to have in your toolbox. And I'm just going to pull off some of the highlights of the owl so that we can see some of those cute details on there. Right? I like that. And that also lets me tie in a silver ear wire at the top. So we've got the earring done. And now I'm going to do the necklace real quick. Thank you guys for sticking around. Yeah, oh, I love it. And it's long and definitely a door knocker kind of earring. Oh, I love this. In fact, I'm going to change them out as soon as I finish them and wear them for the rest of the day. Okay, now I'm going to grab my marker again. And I'm going to do 3 dots on my pendant. Let's see, I think I'm going to do those ones up just a wee bit higher. And just hoping this works. You never know. Okay, it is. It's just going slower. There we go. Okay, this one did leave quite a burr in the back, so I'm going to actually going to cut it off and then file it down, because I don't want to be here all day filing. All right. Punch one more time. I'm not sure if it's gone completely all the way. I might need to grab my my helicopter one. Let's see. Oh, no, it's going through. Okay. All right, on to the next 2 holes. Now those ones I'm going to do up just a little bit higher on the thinner part of the metal. And again, just going to file off those burrs. If your finger catches on it, just take an extra second to file it down, because last thing you want is for that to be scratching up a nice shirt or roughing up a sweater, which I've had happen. Okay. So I'm going to grab my eye pins again for the bottom. Well, I'm glad you could see me punch that in. I'm just reading through. Okay. Cindy the Box is out right now. It's in the process of on its way to people. If you want, you can subscribe to this box until the end of October. So you have a few more weeks to get this box, and it will be the same box that you see here, minus the humble beads, of course. All right. So I'm gonna stick on this little crystal, and then I am going to use my 1-hole punch here kind of more as a guide. So I want it to be a little bit, or do I? Thinking things out loud. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this right up to the spot, and I'm going to use jump rings to attach those. That's what I'm going to do. It'll be the easiest. And I'll use those same larger size or thicker 6mm jump rings that I used in the earring. Okay. Now again, just making these a little bit more even. I didn't want to get too close to the glass bead. I'm always afraid it's gonna break it if I get a little too aggressive. So sometimes better to err on the side of caution when using the one-step looper so that you don't crack a bead. And, you know, that's also trial and error. Unfortunately, getting used to how much pressure you want to put on any one piece when you're using the one-step looper. Okay, I'm going to use the smaller size hole. Well, actually, I'm going to use the, I'm going to use the larger holes. This is the larger hole. And then that way the little machined loops that came on the eye pins will be the ones that show. Oh no, I guess they're not going to show at all. Oh, am I going to have to turn that? Oh yeah, I will have to turn one of these. Yeah, so one has to go to the front and the other one side to side. So that your little jump rings will fit on there correctly. So I'm going to use my sloppier one that I made. And having the ones that show are the ones that came on the eye pin. So that it all looks nice and uniform. Even my voice is getting spooky to match the theme here. All right. Okay, now I'm going to attach these with the thicker 6mm jump rings. And I am going to start with the center and work my way outward. Have to open this up just a little bit more. Okay. So, did anyone tell me what they're dressing up as for Halloween? Fright Night. Oh my gosh, I haven't thought of that in a million years, Patricia. That was hilarious. I also like the Lost Boys. That's a good one for this time of year. Speaking of being an 80s girl. Michael! Yeah, I love that one. Okay, I really like these little trio of owls on the bottom here. Adorable. I actually would have never thought of putting multiples of owls in a design. So, thanks, Jess. I appreciate the little bit of inspiration there. That's fun. Again, one of the reasons I love getting the box every month is that it's my time to play. And I really just get to try things I might not have necessarily put together or purchased for myself. It's a fun way to challenge myself. And also, it's like getting a little Christmas present in the mail every month. Or a little birthday present, whatever. And who doesn't love that? Who, I ask. Sorry. All right, let me buff these little guys on the bottom. And the buffing blocks, they have 3 different coarsenesses. Is that a word? Different levels of coarseness. And so for this, I'm grabbing the one that's the most textured to pull off more of the finish. There we go. Love them. It's going to be fun to wear. Okay, got our little owls that like to dance around. It's okay. And I'm going to do this guy on the top. Let's see. Do I want it with that? I kind of like that. No. I have a hard time with orange. I'll have to play around with that and see how I want to use it. Ooh, okay, I'm going to grab that one. Alright. I'm going to grab some 20 gauge wire here. No, let's do 18. A little bit thicker. And I'm going to grab the brass wire. So 18 gauge brass wire from Vintaj. Hey, Mom! Oh, miss my mom. We had sick kids over here, so she hasn't been able to, well, sick adult children. Everyone's been passing around a cold. So I haven't got to see her in a long time. Alright, I'm going to take this piece, thread it through the pendant. I'm just going to get this started with a little wrapped loop. And I'm going to do the messy wrap. Okay. And just getting that little guy pressed in there. There we go. And I'm going to do the disc bead. This large glass bead. It's almost like a little donut, but I'm going to use it as a bead just thrown on there. And then a little fire polished one that has a little bit of gold sparkle in it. I think that looks pretty nice. And I'm going to do this wrap at the top, front to back, because I'm going to use, of course, a large rope jump ring, as one does if you're Heather. Can't help it. I like what I like. Alright, so I wrap 2 times tightly. Oops, sorry if I was off screen. And then 2 times loosely on top to get that messy wrap, but still some control to the chaos there. Not disaster level messy. Alright, now I'm going to grab a jump ring out of my gorgeous jump ring box here. Let's see. Yeah, I like that dark brass on there. I want slightly smaller. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with slightly smaller and a little bit more textured. Ooh, this one like kind of has like a snakeskin look to it. Let's do that one. I mean, it's not really snakeskin, but has a cool texture. And that's from Vintaj. And Trish and Jess, do you guys sell these at the shop? If you do, leave a link so that we can see them. Okay, I'm going to leave that open. 'Cause I'm going to do a few little wrapped beads on the top here. All right. Let's see how I want to do this. Gotta play around with the proportions and everything. Yeah, there we go. I like that. And then I'm going to pull in these little tiny crystally looking guys from the top there. And I'm going to do O beads on the top and bottom. I probably want a different color. Sorry, you don't mean to shake the camera, but... All right. I'm going to grab something that has a little bit more of a gold tone so that we can see them a little better. Okay. And I am just going to grab my eye pins again. And love mixing the metals, so no problem there. Always fun. Let's see, maybe I'll do the tinier one down here. Yeah. Okay, so I have the tinier one on the bottom. All right, taking all my concentration. Here we go. Okay, let me do the other one. And the little O beads, I think you guys sell those too, right? Jess at the shop? Feel free to link that in the comments also. Definitely want to support you and Trish over there as much as we can. And if you guys ever get a chance to go to Galena, put that on your bucket list. It is definitely worth heading out to. Was your guys' big October market this past weekend, Jess? I know that's like it's super fun. Okay, just flipping through the comments real quick. All right. Ooh, just a whole bunch here, just popping through. Probably missed all of them. All right. Oh yeah, now I'm really... Ooh, flatliners. Yes, that's a good one. Amanda. Yay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, guys, so there is definitely 2 boxes to be aware of. Oops, Jess, I don't know how I... And this is a curated box from Jess May Lincoln, and she uses Vintage components, but it's not from the Vintage company. So Vintage has their own little box that's not curated like this. It's just a little kind of gift box, not gift box, but just a little sample box that they send out, which is fun too, but it's different. So make sure you go to Jess's website at jessmaylincoln.com and get the subscription box from Jess. All right, just using those one-step loopers. And I'm going to finish this up as quick as possible, because time is just flying by this afternoon. Ooh, accidentally let go of the pliers there. Okay. All right, now the big one in the middle, this big crystal, it's too big for the eye pin, so I'm going to repeat the wrapped technique that I used below with the 18 gauge. And this is 18 gauge parawire. Yeah. Oh, you guys are having a whole cool conversation over there. It's one of the things I love about the comments. You guys get to talk to each other and come up with all sorts of great ideas over there. I don't always look up enough when I'm in the throes of creating. Time stands still and I forget to look around. Okay, got the two bottom ones nice and tight, and then the topper ones, the two top ones are on there looser. Oh, and of course, speaking of movies, I always have to watch at least one Harry Potter one in the fall. We were trying to figure out what the best one for fall is, and I think we agreed on The Prisoner of Azkaban would be the best one to watch. But what do you guys think? Which is the best Harry Potter movie to watch for the spooky season? They all work, but some of them feel more Christmassy, like the winter one. Of course, the Goblet of Fire is a good one because that's like during school time. Kind of liked Hermione's little time thing that she had. I was like seriously jealous of that. I wanted one. That would just make life infinitely more doable if you could be at two places at once. Oh, Jess, I am matching the box here, right? Okay, so I am going to, let's see, I thought I was going to do them with the brass jump rings, but I think I'm going to stick with these larger copper jump rings. There's just something visually where if I can repeat things over and over again, they kind of lead your eye up and down the design. So I think I'm going to stick with these 6mm copper jump rings. And also I like that they're a little bit thicker and offer, you know, a little more heft when you're wearing a necklace. You want it to be a little more heavy duty. And I'm just going to finish one side of this necklace, and then you guys, I'll take a photo to show the complete finished design. But we are almost, we're 1 minute away from the hour mark, and I like to keep the videos right around an hour, so I'd like to wrap up soon. Okay, I like the way these look together. And going with a symmetrical design where they're the same on both sides. And let's see, do I want to do it with the, I think the wobble at the bottom. Yeah. Stick with the original idea. I'm just going to get this one put on here so that I can close up this big jump ring. Okay, and do you guys remember what I told you on Friday about these big, huge jump rings with the decorative finishes? I like to use my pliers going side to side like this, holding on like this onto the jump rings so that I don't get a big mark from my pliers. Okay. At least that's my goal. I don't know if I always do it. One more time. Okay, there we go. So here's going to be my necklace. And I like that. I'm going to do it with some copper chain, I think, or brass chain at the back. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. These little owls like to dance around, and that's cool. And then here's our fun earring to match with it. And that's, and I've made mostly a mess here. It's always how my space looks at the end. Oh, great. Just put the link for her, for the O beads also. So look through the links, you guys, and see what Jess put on. Yeah, I'm not into the scary movies either, Sheila. All right, guys. I'm looking through. All right. I'm going to have to look through all of the comments because they're kind of out of order for me. You haven't seen the Hocus Pocus 2. It was okay. Oh, you guys do a Christmas Harry Potter marathon. That sounds wonderful. Okay, you guys. So, the end of the month, you can order this box from Just May Lincoln. And it'll be exactly the same box until the end of the month. And then you have a new box for November. You guys can start or stop your subscription at any time. Which, why would you stop once you start? I can't imagine. But, yeah, definitely. So we have our coffee break on Friday. Don't forget to join me again. And on Friday is when we do our giveaway, so you don't want to miss that. If you guys need any disc beads, the wobbles, I'll add. I might not have these on the website, the little Monarch disc beads, but I have them here in the studio, so I'll count how many I have and add those to the shop in case you guys are interested in getting those. And that's at humblebeads.com where you guys can find my goodies. So Friday 3 p.m. will be our next video coffee break. Don't forget to check out Jess's shop and Rustic River Finds, and then we have Vintage Salvage on Etsy where you can find the black metal pieces like the cool owls that Jess had. And also let me remind you guys to check humblebeads.com for my online retreat. It's going to be next month, the 3rd through the 5th. Super fun time, and you guys are going to like it a lot. I can't wait. You just go look at the projects. They're amazing. I wore them. I wore all my projects on my retreat that I went to in Vermont. They look so good. Everyone loved watching and seeing what I had on every day. And yeah, it's just a super fun collection. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to go through and read all your comments because they're super fun. And oh yeah, the other thing I've been watching is the Ring of Power on the Lord of the Rings fairy show on Prime. It's a good one to rewatch if you haven't seen it. Oh yeah, some of you guys just celebrated your Canadian Thanksgiving, so hope you had an enjoyable time with that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a great hour with you. Jess, thank you for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate you guys. Wendy, you want a picture of that jump ring as a box as your wallpaper? It is pretty spectacular, isn't it, you guys?